welcome back to the SilmFilm Script Discussion, Season 2, Episode 10, Part 5, right? 5, yeah. Anyway, if you check the description down below, if you're watching this in the future, you're going to find a bunch of links. Most important of these right now, though, is the link to Myth Moot 4, which is taking place June 1st through the 4th of 2017. It's an awesome conference that is going to be going on in Virginia, just outside of D.C., near Dulles Airport. I highly, highly, highly recommend checking it out and doing so quickly before the early bird discount goes away. So, if you're watching this live, by the way, it's in the comments over there or there, depending on which.
Or there sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway, so
whether you're on
that's that. Yeah. So we're now in Act 3. We've established Feanor making his sword. Should we start seeing red appearing in the clothing of people, of Feanor supporters?
Yep.
And we have them with like little red hats with a little brim. I'm sorry. Anyway,
Feanor's helmets that he's going to make are going to have red feather plumes on them.
yes.
So that'll be really subtle.
Feanor does not know subtle.
He does not. So when he does something, he does it 110%. But
well, when he walks in to the court, it's going to be, he's in full regalia.
Full regalia. Yeah. Pulls the sword out almost immediately. Like, yeah, he's just so overdone and over the top. It's just like, oh, Feanor, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, but to get to that part.
All right.
So Melkor is talking to random Noldor. Says something about men. He just kind of lets it slip into the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, about the second children.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever's listening is like, wait, what do you mean? And he's like, the second children, you know. And it comes out that they don't know. And he acts all surprised that they don't know. Like, what do you mean the Valar never told you?
Exactly.
Right. So,
like, oh, they should have told you this. Totally. I thought they were going to.
I just assumed you knew. You've been here for so long, and surely they would have mentioned it.
Right. And I mean, he should though kind of backpedal a little bit, like almost like, oh, I'm sure it was just an oversight, to kind of take a little bit of the heat off of him. No,
I don't. No, I think he should just act surprised. Like, I had no idea you didn't know. Wow, that's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because this is going to start the Valar keeping secrets from us.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So he really can't backpedal too much because he can't say that, but he has to really set that in motion.
Right. Okay. So we get that. What else do we need to get? We do need to get Finwë calling everybody together.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Announcing a meeting. Yeah.
Could we have this announcement come with him speaking? I mean, I feel like because Fingolfin's our protagonist, he has to speak to Fingolfin about having everybody come to the meeting. But I feel like it's way more powerful for him to come to Feanor and say that he's calling everybody together. Because he can
come to Fingolfin and say, I've already told Feanor we're going to have a meeting. Or after he's done talking to Fingolfin, go, and now I'm going to go talk to your brother. Like, he can make it clear he's talking to both.
Well, the reason that, because I'd like to see Feanor thinking that Fingolfin is behind this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if we don't see Feanor's reaction, we don't really get that.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, unless we have a scene showing him saying that to somebody after, like Finwë has already delivered his summons, and Feanor says to somebody else that Fingolfin has poisoned the king's ears against his own son.
Right. Because we we want to see things from Fingolfin's point of view.
Yes.
And we also want to see that Finwë was speaking with both of them, but we don't need to see Finwë's message twice. So if we show a talk to Fingolfin and then go back to Feanor reacting to the visit he just got from his father.
Right.
That's all the important part of that is. So I think that works.
Because especially if Feanor delivers a line saying that Fingolfin has poisoned the king's ear against his own son, he's kind of, in his mind, he's pushing Fingolfin out as the son of the king himself.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's always considered Fingolfin and Finarfin to be the illegitimate kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he considers Indus a mistress.
Yes. I know. It's just
second wives don't count in his head.
Right. And quite honestly, he's not entirely wrong, because it's not like Muriel's not right there.
Yeah. That's the thing, is that from an elvish perspective, this was really weird.
Right.
Okay, so we get that scene with Finwë, Fingolfin, and Feanor getting their thing going on. We've had Melkor start the Whisper campaign about, hey, there's these children, and hey, the Valar didn't tell you. And Noldor are reacting to that. Feanor and Fingolfin can now have a very public fight about what to do about the second children.
Okay.
Yeah.
Through intermediaries. They're not fighting each other. They're just publicly saying very different things, clearly pointed at each other, but not talking to each other.
Right. So are we intercutting that?
We could, or we could show Fingolfin talking and then Feanor talking, and realize that they're really
okay. So I mean, like Feanor, it seems like he should kind of already be ready to go back to Middle Earth and take over, kind of.
Right.
Yeah, he has all kinds of opinions about the Valar, about Valinor, about these new second children usurpers that he just,
Right.
He has opinions.
Right.
But these opinions sound very strangely a lot like his opinions about his younger brother.
Right. Yeah.
Like, that's what I meant by this is an argument by
question though. My question though is, what is Fingolfin's position and how is it different?
Well, if Feanor is saying everyone needs to go back to Middle Earth, everyone needs to not trust the Valar.
Right.
To reclaim the lands of Middle Earth before these second children come in and take our birthright.
Right.
Hint, hint. Second children, you can never trust them. Fingolfin would be trying to do the more voice of reason thing of, there's no reason to distrust the Valar just because of this thing that's going to happen in the future. I'm sure they would have told us when it became important. Like, there are no second children yet. It hasn't even happened yet.
Right.
Like, the Valar weren't keeping secrets. It was just not relevant. So, like, if he's trying to just downplay everything and be a voice of reason,
well,
that doesn't sound nearly as good as Feanor's fire and brimstone doomsday speech.
My concern though is that we're going to have Fingolfin kind of flip on this.
Well, if his argument is wait and see, after he waits and sees and his own father gets killed, he's made up his mind to be something different.
Right.
I just said voice of reason. I didn't say that he disagreed with everything. He was just urging people to calm down and not argue as much.
Okay.
Delivery.
I just received instructions not to eat all of it.
Oh, we better not do that then.
That totally did not happen. Apparently, leaving one piece is not acceptable either.
Oh, you be careful then.
So you'll leave at least 2 pieces then.
2 pieces. Okay, so Jesus, show off. Anyway,
She just brought you that. You're not allowed to say anything.
Are you saying she's like Feanor? Because that seems like a bad thing to say.
there's more to this story.
Of course there is. There always is.
Anyway, so the okay, so here's the thing though. Like Fingolfin, he is going to express kind of irritation with Valar interference in their doings in the next episode.
True. Yeah.
So I don't know that
And
he's
honestly,
100% on board with everything the Valar say and do.
yeah. The one who really is on board with the Valar is Finarfin, but he's in Aqualande right now, apparently.
Well, what if he's not? What if he's not there? Or
yeah, what if it's just his kid?
Right. He doesn't have to be there.
Okay. So he could be the voice of reason, and let's just all calm down, guys. And Fingolfin's stuck in the middle.
Right.
Yeah.
If we show Fingolfin kind of a little indecisive about that.
Because he automatically wants to support Finarfin against Feanor because he hates Feanor at this point.
But he's not
he
entirely
kind
sure
of more
Feanor's wrong.
Yeah.
So, because at the end of the day,
so Finarfin would want to calm everyone down.
Right.
And be like, guys, let's just wait and see. Everything's going to be fine. Just hang in there.
Right. And see, the biggest problem why Fingolfin and Feanor can't get along is it's not necessarily that they're very different. It's the things that are similar about them that's the problem.
Yep.
Okay. So we get this kind of comparisons of speeches between it doesn't even have to be a public. Do you feel like it has to be public addresses that we're seeing?
Something Feanor says should be very public.
Okay.
Not everything.
Well, actually, it would be interesting if we see Feanor taking a public stand on this, and we see Finarfin taking a public stand on this, and we see Fingolfin reacting to Finarfin's words not as positively as one would think.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're in Act 3 now, right?
Right. We're in Act 3, so we're building towards the final confrontation.
So we haven't yet done the scene with Galadriel talking about wanting to have realms of her own in Middle Earth.
Which I think we can do in Act 4.
Is that...
No? Or we could do that now.
Okay.
I mean, we can totally do that in Act 3.
I'm trying to figure out where it fits in all of this.
Yeah.
Because it would be nice if it was after Melkor said about the children, the second children, because the whole impetus to go back to Middle Earth. So she's not even part of any of those conversations, but still has that same idea. So
Act
it kind of fits in this.
is getting a little bit full because we have Melkor and men. We have Fingway delivering message to Fingolfin, delivering summons to Fingolfin. We have Feanor reacting to summons from Finway. And then we have conversation between, excuse me, we have back and forth speeches between Feanor and Finarfin. That's a lot of meat that we already have in Act 3.
It is. Can we bump the speeches to Act 4?
Yeah, we can totally do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Act. Is that something?
Yeah. So Act 3 is what?
Except the problem is that if they're doing public speeches, are they in the same place or in different places?
They're
in different places. It would make sense. But then to lead directly into the meeting in the throne room with Finway, we probably don't want that scene back to back.
All right. Well, here's the thing: is that we can like the climax of an episode can come together pretty quickly. You know, we're not bound to make the time of Act 3 into 10 to 12 minutes.
True. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So we can just run a little later.
Right. So like we can go from the back and forth. If we go from the back and forth scene, because we have this rising tension going on. If we go from there to Galadriel asking about
Sitting on the
boats,
beach. Yeah.
that's gonna mess it up.
That's my problem with that scene is I don't know where to put it.
Well, unless we put it in the tag right before we get back to the frame.
Okay. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I like that. And like have Galadriel in the frame almost forced to react to what she just said.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
All right.
That works because I was just, with all this stuff we were talking, like I don't see a beach scene fitting in anywhere in here other than just like completely killing whatever tension we've built.
Right.
Okay. So Act 3 will end with Finarfin's speech.
Right. Well, I mean, honestly, to me, that's still properly part of Act 4.
Oh. Okay, well, what does Act 3 end on then?
Act 3 would end on Fingolfin. Fingolfin, oh my god, Feanor reacting to Dad's summon.
Finway summon.
Yeah.
Then, in that case, there's barely anything in Act 3 because Act 3 was just Melkor talks about men, Finway talks to Fingolfin, and Feanor reacts.
Okay, all right. No, that's fine. Then we can have that. All right. All right.
So then dueling speeches.
Okay. Do we have anything for the climax to set up the fact that it's like we should have at least a slight relaxation in the tension from that?
I have just the people for you.
Okay.
Fingon and Maedhros.
Yeah.
Fingon and Maedhros, best friends ever, are watching their fathers fight publicly. Surely they have thoughts.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, are their thoughts? Are they 100% on each other's side, or is Maedhros? It'd be interesting if Maedhros is kind of taking Finarfin's position and Fingon is taking Feanor's position.
At this point in the story, Maedhros is very strongly pro-Feanor.
Okay. All right.
Maedhros' doubts about his father don't come into play until the burning of the ships.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So what if they're going?
So he would buy into the fiery rhetoric until he sees the consequences. Is where I'm going for that.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe
Fingon is also though just as fiery. Fingon is not a sit back and wait kind of guy. So Fingon wouldn't think much of what Finarfin is saying.
Right.
But he would be upset about the fact that Fingolfin and Feanor can't just sit down and settle out their differences.
Right, because he could even say something to the effect of, like, because
if they would just talk to each other.
Right, he could say something to the effect of they're both in agreement on this.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, if they could just sit down and talk to each other, they'd be able to work this out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think should be Fingon.
Yeah, because I feel like that's less of a reduction in the tension than Galadriel hanging out on the beach.
Well, yes, because Teleri are all about no tension, no worries. We are the surfer dudes of Middle Earth.
They're playing Beach Boys, you know.
We need to find the Elvish translation of "No Worries" and like rewrite Hakuna Matata in Elvish Anyway, that's the Teleri anthem. So
yeah.
Copyright Disney Corporation, stuff like that. We have no ownership over the song Hakuna Matata or any affiliation with Disney. Yeah, we've been referencing Disney movies all day, so I guess we're already kind of.
Yeah. I do like how last time is the Hamilton references and this time is the Disney references.
Pretty much, yeah.
Quite honestly, I prefer the Disney references, but anyway. All right.
Hamilton is fun too, and if you're going to talk about people who argue themselves into disaster,
yeah,
Alexander Hamilton's not a bad example.
All right, let's take a break real quick. Speaking of Hamilton, and if you're watching this live, we'll be back in a second. If you're watching this on YouTube in the future, definitely like and share the videos if you like and want to share them. If you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe. Comment down below if we're messing up, so that we can tell you why we're not. And check out the links below so that you can register for Myth Moot 4 coming up June 1st through the 4th, 2017. See you there. And we'll be back in a minute.